This is the amount of goods and services that can be purchased with the unit of currency, right? Okay, so for example, if maybe I was able to buy groceries for 1,000 rand, right, 5 years ago, but now those same items cannot be purchased with the same 1,000 rand. That means the purchasing power of money has decreased, right? So if there's an increase in inflation, there's a decrease in purchasing power, right? So if this increases, purchasing power will decrease because you're now buying less items, purchasing less items, right? If inflation increases. Okay, now, as I've said, inflation reduces the purchasing power of money, right? The more expensive items are, the less you can buy. Okay, let's look at examples, right? Okay, with examples, we are looking at basic examples. Remember, when they calculate inflation, they use what is called a consumer price index, right? Basically, what they do, they take an average, an increase or decrease in prices of a consumer basket, meaning items that we usually buy, maybe your bread, your milk, maybe your meat. They also look at services like hospitalization, things like petrol, and then they estimate roughly what is the increase generally for those items. And that's what they use to calculate inflation. Okay, now let's just look at the first example. Okay, they say a liter of milk currently cost 11 rand 19. So this is the current price, right? Current price, currently cost, right? Now they say the expected inflation rate for 2015 will be, so I'm assuming this is 2014, will be 6.5%. What will the price of milk be in 2015? So this question relates to 2014. So in 2014, the price of milk was 9 rand 11% per liter, and inflation increased by 6.5%. Right? So I want to know what is the price of milk in 2015. So basically here, what you do, you basically take the price, the current price, which is 9 rand 11 cents, and then you increase it, right? You increase it by 6.5%, or you times by 6.5%, which is 6.5 divided by 100, right? Equals to, okay, in this case here you can see new price 11 rand 18 plus 6.5, which is 6.5 over 100 times 9.11. Okay, this will give us 0.6, right? 0.6 plus the original amount plus 11 rand, plus 9 rand 11 cents. Our new price is now 9 rand 71 cents, right? So this is our new price, right? So an increase of 6.5% results in the new amount being 9 rand 71. This can also be written as 9 rand 71 times. Okay, obviously, this figure is more than that figure, right? This one represents 100%, right? Percentage-wise, original amount always represents 100%, but this figure represents 100%, right? Plus an increase of 6.5%. 6.5%. Okay. So giving us 106.5%. So percentage-wise, this figure is equal to 106.5%. So I can say, okay, I can say my original figure, which is 9 Rand 11 cents times by 106.5%, 5%, which is divided by 100, or 106 divided by 100. My answer will be 9 Rand and 71. So this is a quicker way of getting to your answer. By the way, learners, should you have questions, please write them on the chat, and I'll look at your questions in the last 10 minutes of the lesson, right? Because I can't go through your questions right now because of the new system that you're using. And should I request you guys to write answers, please write your answers on the chat, right? This is for your own enrichment, because I might not be able to look at your answers, but it will tell you whether you're understanding what you're doing or whether you're not understanding what you're doing, right? Okay, sometimes with these type of questions, they'll give you 2 consecutive years. They'll say in 2015, the increase in inflation was 6.5%, right? And they'll tell you that in 2016, there was a further increase of maybe 7%, right? And then they ask you, what was the price of milk in 2016? Now notice there's 2 years. We're moving from 2014 to 2015, increases 6.5%, and then that price will now increase by 7%, right? So if I want to know, if I'm given the amount or the cost of milk in 2014, right, and I'm told it has increased twice, it has increased by 6.5% in 2015 and 7% in 2016. So that means I need to do this step by step. I can't add percentages. I need to get a figure for 2015, right? And obviously there it is, right? There it is. It was 9 Rand 71. Okay, right. So moving from that to 9 Rand 71. And then for 2016, again, I need to add 7% or multiply by 7%, which is 7 over 100 times by 9 Rand 71, right? Okay. Okay, obviously here you'll have 9 Rand 71 plus 7% of 9 Rand 79. So if I'm using my calculator here that I have, the answer will be 7%, 7 divided by 100 times 9.71, right? So the answer will be 0.6797, right? Remember, I don't round off as yet, only at the end. Now let me add these 2 values, right? The figure for 2015 and the increase in 2016, right? So I'll have 9 Rand 71 plus 0.6797, right? So now after 2 years, the price is now 10.3897. Obviously, when it comes to amounts, they must be running off to 2 decimal places. So this will be 10 Rand, comma 39. 100.39. Right. So this is 2016. Right. This is 2015. This is 2014. So sometimes they give you over 2 or 3 years. So you need to calculate each year individually. Right. So that one is simple, I think. Right. Remember, if you have questions, post them on the chat. We'll look at them at the end. Okay, next question. Okay, now they tell us that the price of Nike shoes, right? Now, very important, we need to underline the year. In 2014 is 650.85, right? Now they say, what was the price? We're now going backwards. What was the price, right? What was the price of Nike shoes in 20? Right, so here we're going backwards. So if I were to draw a table, right, if I have years here, if I have years, okay, here obviously this is 2013, right, and here it is 2014. Okay, now I'm told that the amount of these Nike shoes amount in 2014, it is 650, right, .95. This is just to simplify my life. Tables work best, right? So I need to know the amount. What was the amount, right? But I know, right, that there was an increase, right? There was an increase, percentage increase. Let me just add another one. There was a percentage increase, right, of 6.4%, right? So it increased by 6.4% in 2013, right? Obviously, we're not given this increase or the inflation for 2014. Okay, so I want to know, what was this price before this increase, right? What was this price before this increase? Now, learners, okay, what is important in this case, you need to be able to ask yourself, will this amount be more or less than that amount, right? Okay, clue, because there was an increase, must have been less, right? Okay, so I like this question a lot. I want to give you guys a minute to do this question, right? Please work through this question, right? I'm giving you a minute. What was the price of Nike shoes in 2018, right? There are 50 seconds remaining, so move as fast as you can, right? Move as fast as you can. 40 seconds remaining. 30 seconds remaining. 20 seconds remaining. 10 seconds left. So roughly you should be almost about finished, right? Remember, in the interest of time, I can't give you 5 minutes, right? So I need you to work as quickly as possible. Okay, now what we need to understand is that there's an increase of 6.4%, right? So this amount, in terms of increase, right? In terms of increase, it is equivalent to an increase of 6.4%. Remember, the original amount is always represented by 100%. Original amount is always represented by 100%. Right? Since there's an increase, so this amount will be represented by 100. Okay. let me just say 6,4 plus 100. So you're adding these two to get that. Right. So this will be 106,4%. 106,4%. Okay. So 106,4% is equivalent to that value, whereas 100% will be equivalent to that value, right? So what was this amount, right? So here I'll be using the very simple method of cross multiplication. It is best to start with your unknown, right? So that life will be quick. So I want to know the amount of money. What was the amount? Okay, I want to know the amount, right? For 2013, right? Right. The amount for 2013, right? Okay. If the amount for 2014 is 650,95. Now the amount for 2018 is equivalent to 100%, right? So this is equivalent to 100%, right? And the amount for 2014 is equivalent to 106%. Right? Remember, learners, for this method to work, make sure that your units are same units are on the same side. So in this case, we have percentages. In this case, we have amounts in rands, right? So if I'm solving for my unknown, I need to remove the 650,95 from the left to the right. So I'll have 100%, right, times, okay, times this figure. Remember, I was dividing to the left, so I'll be timesing it on the right, right? So times 650,95, right, divided by 106,4%. It's actually a very, very simple sum, just that I'm writing slowly, right? So your answer should have been, using your calculator, just work with me here, 100 times 650,95 divided by 106,4, obviously looking at percentages. So here, the amount that I have is 611. Okay, 611,795,80. Just rounding off, 80, right? Okay, now here's the mistake that learners do. Learners, when we are looking at previous amount, learners, they want to decrease this figure by 6.4%, right? That is actually incorrect, because the 6.4% is the 6.4% of this figure, not this figure. So you are not allowed. You are not allowed to say minus 6.4%, right? Times 650,95, right? This is a very, very common mistake that learners do. So this is incorrect, right? That is definitely incorrect. Okay. Yeah, now let us move on. Okay. Obviously, this is how I've done question, right? Basically, there's another way of doing this question. Yeah, maybe some of you did this in this fashion, right? That is correct as well. Okay, now let's look at the next one. Okay, the next one. Okay, Now, this one deals with percentages. It says a box of jungle oats increases in price from, so percentage increase, right? So we look at percentage increase from 17 rands 99 to 19 rands 99, right? So obviously there's an increase of about 2 rands. 19 rand 99 minus 7 is about 2 rand increase. So there's about 2 rand increase, right? Okay, calculate the inflation rate, right? Inflation rate is percentage. So you always multiply by a percent because a rate is a percentage. For this period, use the formula, right? Now, all you do here, you need to substitute correctly, right? So you need to be careful which value goes where, right? Okay, here they say current amount, right? What is the amount now? Subtract previous price. What was the price before the increase, right? Divided by previous price. Okay, so this one is simple, right? Again, let me give you, okay, this one is actually simpler. Let me give you 30 seconds, right? I'm giving you 30 seconds to solve this question, right? Here, true, your answer must be percentage. 30 seconds, right? Work through and write your answers on the chat, right? I'll revise them later. Right? I'll revise them later. Okay, 20 seconds left. So you need to write as fast as you can, right? But obviously I have smart learners in this class. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds remaining. And your time is up. Okay. So now all you do, you need to substitute correctly. Okay, current price. What is the price now? Right, the price is now 19 rands, 99. Previously, what was the price before the increase? Okay, the previous price was 17 rands, 99, right? Okay, divided by previous price. What is the previous price? Obviously the same, right? It was 17 rands, 99 before the increase, right? Times by 100 because we are wanting percentages. Right. Okay, now let's look at your answers, right? Now, learners, avoid skipping this step that I'll show you just now. Some learners move from this step to the answer, and then they get the answer incorrectly, right? So it's very, very important that you first subtract, right? Subtract your 19 rand 99 from, so they subtract 99 and 17 rand 99. So 19 rand 99 subtract or less 17 rand 99. I think your answer will be 2 rands, right? 2 rands, right? So this step is very important. Divided by 17 rands, 99. Okay, times by 100 because we're looking at percentages. Times by 100 and then you'll get your answer. Okay, so in this case, you just use your calculator to get the answer. 20 divided by 17. Okay, now, what is wrong with moving from this step to this step? Okay, obviously there's nothing wrong, just that you may lose marks for this for simplification. But if you do that, make sure that the top part is in brackets. Right? This must be in bracket so that your answer will be correct. Otherwise, your answer will be incorrect. Remember, the calculator has a mind of its own, right? So it uses boldness. So if you are subtracting this and then you're dividing, so the calculator will first divide, right, before subtracting, right? And then your answer will be incorrect. Whereas it's how to subtract first before dividing, right? So my answer is 11 rand, 11,1%, right? So the answer is 11,1%. Just use your calculator to verify the answer, right? So the increase was 11,1%, right? So this one is actually another easy one. Okay. Now next one here, basically I'm looking at the concept of purchasing power, right? Okay, now let's say they say Thembi spends an average of 2,200 per month on groceries. If her salary remains the same, right? Okay, but the grocery will increase by the inflation of 5%, right? Increase by the rate of inflation of 5%. And now they say, will she spend more or less money to buy the same amount of groceries, right? So your answer will be yes or no, right? I'm giving you 10 seconds for this one. Will she spend more money or less money if there's an increase in inflation of 5%, right? Okay, the answer is she will spend more money, right? Right. So roughly, maybe her groceries will increase more. Her groceries will increase by 5%. So this figure will increase by 5%. So it should be more, right? So she'll be spending more, right? Now that's the problem with inflation, right? Inflation increases each and every year. So you can't just put your money aside, right? Because after a few years, your amount of money that you've stacked under your bed will buy less items. So it's best to invest your money so that at least it will grow at the same rate as inflation. Okay, now here is an exam type of question, right? Exam type of question. Okay, this will be the last question that I'll be doing. Then I'll be taking questions, right? Okay, in this example, they're giving us a table, right? So before you jump to questions, always look at your information given and your graph in this case. Okay, so here's our statement. Statistics SA. Obviously, this is an organization which collects stats for the South African government, has released data showing that the average price of an 80-gram slab of chocolate has risen by 39%, right, from 2014 to 2016, right? So here, 80 grams, this is the weight or the mass of chocolate, right? 39%, this is an increase, right? Okay, and they say from 2014 to 20, so we're looking at 2014, 2015, 2016, across 3 years. Okay, the graph, sorry. Okay, the graph below shows indices used to compare the average price of an 80-gram slab of chocolate with an average price of cake, right, and ice cream. So this is the goodies, right? I'm sure ladies love chocolate, they love cake, they love ice cream, right? Okay, the average index price as at 2014 May was taken as 100%. Remember, I said the original figure is taken as 100%, right? Then we change over time. So notice 2014 is 100%. This does not mean that the price of chocolate increased by 100%. It is taken as 100 because 100 is our reference point, right? It can go up or it can go down, right? So now notice here we are given MJJA. So you need to figure out what does this mean? What does it stand for, right? So obviously this stands for your months, right? So this May, this June, July, August, September, October, November, December, right? For 2014. Okay, obviously the same applies for 2015 and 2016. Now on this side, this is the average index, right, price as a percentage, right? So that is 100%. You see some items go up, some items go down, some items increase steadily, right? Okay, you need to identify these three graphs, right? The first graph is ice cream. It is represented by a bold line. So this is ice cream. And then the next one is cake, right? So the middle one is cake. And then the last one is chocolate, right? So people are loving chocolate, right? Right. The more people buy an item, the higher the percentage increase of that item because that demand is high. Okay, now let's look at your questions, right? Now let's understand what is going on here. Let's look at your questions. Okay, the first question says, study the graph above to answer the questions that follow, right? The first one is, give the date. Right here, date usually, in this case, will refer to month and year, when the average index price for chocolate was 120%, right? So you need to identify chocolate. There's our chocolate graph, right? We're looking at 120%. There's 120. So that is right. So don't you know the date? Obviously, date is on your horizontal axis. It was January 2015, right? January 2015. That is your answer. January 2016. That is your answer. Okay, next one. They say describe the change in the average price of cake from April 2016 to May 2016, right? So I look at cake, right? So cake, well, there's cake, right? We're looking at April 2016. So there's 2016, right? April is A. So we're looking at, right? We're looking at, right? April and May. April and May. Okay. Now notice roughly, generally there's an increase over time, but between April and May, there's now a decrease, right? So the change, there's a decrease in the average price of cake from April 2016 to May 2016, right? You can say it's decreased, it's dropped, right? You can say it's declined, right? You can say it is less. Any of those words mean the same thing. Okay, now last one. Write down the average index price for ice cream for October 2015, right? October 2015. October obviously in O. So you need to go up, right? And what are we looking at? We're looking at ice cream, right? The question said ice cream. So ice cream is this one, right? Ice cream, so the percentage you need to go, for the percentage you need to go across. Okay, there it is, right? So for October, the index percentage was 100%, right? So that is all, right? Okay, this is homework, right? But before you guys do your homework, because you'll be doing this at home, I want to check if there are any questions, right? Host, please read out any question that you may have. Please read out any questions that the learners have asked in today's lesson, right? Okay, learners, are there any questions that you have? Are there any questions that you may have? Okay, I can't get hold of my host, so let me check if I'm able to read your questions, right? Meanwhile, please write this down just now. Let me first check your questions, right? Okay. Are there any questions there, learners? Okay, here, okay. I just have an answer from D. Okay, I don't see any questions, right? So I don't know whether you guys are understanding, right? I think you guys do understand what I've said, right? And other than this, So if there are no questions, let us move on, right? I think you guys understood this topic, or probably you guys understand, or otherwise you may have technical issues from your side. So let me go back to my slide, right? So to go back to my slide, okay, next is, I need you learners to copy this down, right? Copy this down, or otherwise go to our website, www.africatincakes.co.za. This question should be there. Okay, otherwise I need you to copy this in the next couple of minutes, right? In the next couple of minutes, and then maybe do this, right? Since I have about 5 minutes left, right? I might just start this question with you. Remember, there's another one. Okay, there's another question that you'll find on the website, right? For today's lesson, testing your understanding of inflation, right? Since there are no questions, let's look at this together, right? I'll give you guys enough time to do them. Now, okay, before we look at the first question, let's first look at the statement, right? The average inflation rate for the period 2016 to 2017 are shown in the following table, right? Okay, you can see there, you can see 2016 and 2017. Let me just use my pointer. You can see 2015 average inflation rate was 4.51%, right? And for 2017, the average was 6.59%, right? Now, look at the cost of brown bread, right? Brown bread 2016, it's costed as 9.99 rand 99, right? And here, I don't know what's the cost of bread for 2017, right? But I'm giving figures. I'm giving average inflation rate figures, right? Okay, the first question says, explain the meaning of the term inflation rate. Explain the meaning of the term inflation rate, right? Inflation rate. Okay, for this one, I'm giving you 1 minute. Please write the meaning of the term inflation rate, right? I'm giving you exactly a minute, then I'll proceed because we don't have much time. $50 seconds left. $40 seconds left. $30 seconds left. Okay, 20 seconds. You guys should almost be done. 10 seconds. Okay, your time is up. Explain the meaning of the term inflation rate. Okay, so for inflation rate, obviously inflation rate is the general increase in the price of goods and services over time. So the answer to 2.4.1 will be, let's go back. So this is the answer to the first one, right? The general increase in the price of goods and services over the period of time. So you guys, I need you guys to learn this and understand this and memorize this, because in the exam, they'll definitely ask you. Okay, next question, right? Calculate the cost of the loaf of bread in 2017 by using the average inflation rate that are given in a table above, right? Okay, for this one, let me give you another minute or so to do this one. I'm giving you a minute to look at number 2.4. 4.2. 2.4.2. Right. What is your answer? 2.4.2. Okay, this should be easy. It's only 2 marks. And I don't have much time remaining. Okay, 30 seconds left. 30 seconds remaining. 20 seconds. Okay, your time is up. Okay, let's look at your answers, right? Now here, what could be confusing for learners is which percentage are they using, right? Which percentage are they using? Are they using 4,51 or they be using 6,59, right? Okay, remember, these ones are calculated, right, for that particular year, right? So for this year, an increase was 4,51, right? So this will tell us what the price of bread will cost in the following year. Right? Okay, and 6.59% obviously tells us that for this particular year, an increase in inflation was 6.59. So this percentage we'll use to calculate next year's amount, right? So we're using 4.51. So we'll say 9 times 99, right? Okay, plus, okay, I don't have much time, plus 9 rand 99 times by 4.51%, right, which is 4.51 divided by 100, right? So all you do here, you simplify, right, and then give me the final answer. Make sure that your answer is in rands, right? Okay, so due to time, I need to stop there. But I think today's lesson was okay. I think it went okay. I think it was productive, right, from my side. I don't know about you guys. But other than that, for more information, you can look at exam papers posted on the Basic Education website, education.gov.za, right? Tomorrow, we'll look at measurements. We're done finance. We're looking at measurements. We'll be looking at how to determine the length and its distance using appropriate measuring instrument, right? So today's lesson is done, right? For more information, please visit these sites, right? Okay, thank you very, very much. I'll see you guys again tomorrow, same place, same time. Thank you very much. Okay, bye. Okay,